Hi, I'm Pushkraj Shirke for Project Battlefit, and today we are going to be talking about why do your fitness plans or fat loss plans fail, right? So I get a lot of clients who have tried a bunch of things before to, especially to like lose weight or get lean or lose fat, and they almost always fail, and then eventually they end up coming to me for a professional consultation. Even despite going to a professional consultant, sometimes your fat loss plans fail. That obviously depends on the consultant. But in this video, I'd like to point out the most common factors that people fall prey to because of which their fitness plans or fat loss plans fail. The very first is taking misguided advice. The internet is a huge source of information. The problem is that there is no filter between good and bad and right and wrong. Anybody and everybody can put out information. For example, this video. How do you check whether the information I myself am putting out in this video is legit or not? You cross-check, and that is how it works. Again, you are limited by your own perception of right and wrong and a whole lot of conventional wisdom which has been fed to you over the ages of how you perceive right and wrong and something to be scientifically accurate or not. Then if I just pull in a celebrity into this video, suddenly the legibility of this video as perceived by a common person goes way higher up, whereas a celebrity has no value whatsoever in something that is intellectual or has any scientific basis at all. A celebrity is just a celebrity, that's about it. But that is how the common people get fooled into things. Once again, if I just show ripped abs and I have a well-built body and stand half naked in front of the screen, you're more likely to believe me, and you will not even cross-check my credibility of who I am, what have I done, what are my studies on the topic, nothing. And that is how easy it is to fool people, and a lot of people fall prey to this. They follow IFBB pros and athletes and people who have already been on stage, people who are already genetically gifted and have a kind of physique that they can flaunt, but do not really have the knowledge to impart to help people who are not genetically gifted to reach those levels or even anywhere close to that. So, especially on Instagram, there's a saying in Hindi, "Jo dikhta hai, wo bikta hai." What is seen is sold. And that is a very huge problem in choosing whom you choose to take your advice from. Right? So, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Second thing is the whole perception that great things can be achieved in a short amount of time. You have a shitload of quick transformation plans and 8-week transformations and 6-week transformations and lose fat quick. In fact, fitness magazines for the past, 50 years or so have literally sold on one premise only. That is, get flat abs quick. The whole get quick syndrome is prevalent in every industry, and fat loss and fitness is just one of them. You have your get rich quick scams, you have get to an expert level quick bullshit tutorials in jiu-jitsu, you have obviously your get abs quick app downloads on whichever phone you're using, like iPhone, Android, whatever, and obviously you have your get fit quick plans by all these transformation gurus which are so full of crap. The problem with the short-term transformation is even if you achieve it, it is not sustainable. So the minute these people get you there and they are off, guess what happens when you're off? You just rebound back to where you were, and what's the point of that? If what you have been taught is not sustainable, you're not going to make a lifestyle change, and that is key to a proper fitness consultation. If what you have followed, what you have learned is not something you can inherently use in your day-to-day life or internalize yourself, you have just wasted your time over a very short-term thing, and that is totally not worth it. A very common reason, which is number 3, why your fat loss or fitness plans fail is purely the lack of persistence. The whole get rich quick, get fit quick mindset itself is an impediment to your progress. You start thinking you can do great things in a short time. You keep postponing stuff. You think, I've done this before in a 3-month plan. I can go off cycle I can go off training, I can go off everything for a year and then rebound exactly where I was before, and that is not how it works. The problem is that nothing is a short-term benefit, right? Your persistence comes from being in the grind on a daily basis, on a regular basis. Consistency trumps everything in real fat loss and fitness, alright? In real fat loss and fitness, even if you are going to the gym half an hour every day, that is way more important than going to the gym 2 hours or 3 hours at a stretch, but inconsistently over a 2-day in a week period, or then taking long months off and stuff like that. Alright? Now I'll get to the little common factors in the perceptions of fat loss, especially fat loss, which is the perception that cardio is essential for fat loss. That is, I think, addressed by everyone in social media already, because it's now become very, very, very popular that it is a bullshit fact, or rather was stated as a fact but is now proven to be bullshit. Cardio is the least of your concerns on a fat loss regime. Your main fat loss comes from micro muscle trauma that is caused in your muscles, and the more muscles you cause micro muscle trauma in, the more they'll increase your BMR, the more fat you will lose over time, the more calories your body will need to consume, and therefore you end up in a calorific deficit despite eating what you usually eat, and that is how you lose fat. Alright? Another thing is your understanding of calorific deficit, or the importance of calories. There's lots of theories thrown out here and there by everyone, but at the end of the day, you cannot ignore the fact that no matter which diet plan you follow, eventually a calorific deficit does matter for fat loss. Yes, I myself am a huge proponent of the ketogenic diet, but again, the reason I propose a ketogenic diet to people looking to lose fat fast or lose fat in a way that doesn't impact their strength is because there are a lot of other benefits to the ketogenic diet apart from just fat loss. The fact that it's much more sustainable without losing a huge amount of strength is one of the prime reasons why I personally stick to the ketogenic diet when I'm trying to cut weight or lose weight. Alright? Most other diets that make you lose fat by putting you in a calorific deficit will be at a major loss of strength. And if you're an athlete, if you focus on your performance, you do not want that performance drop. And that is purely why I personally prefer the ketogenic diet over every other diet to cut fat. But yes, if you're going to do it over a sustained period of time, if performance is not that big a deal for you, you can stick to a low carb diet, which is a lot more sustainable given the kind of society we live in over a long term period for sustained fat loss. And these are just a few of the things about why people fail to achieve their fat loss plans or their fitness goals. In my perception, I'll discuss a lot about this over time. This has just been my first experiment in doing a live blog video talking to you guys, and I'll be putting up a lot more content on my YouTube channel and on projectbattlefit.com, and also on the Instagram page. Follow us here and check out the page at www.projectbattlefit.com. This is Pushkraj Shirke signing off, and hope you reach your fitness goals soon. See ya.